How you guys doing? I'm back again with another video. Um, this time I want to discuss something that's really private to me and is serious to me. Uh, Part of the reason why I even post videos, why I make Christian content, why I'm on YouTube, why I'm on Facebook, why I'm on, just social media, period. But I wanted to talk about going to hell and going to heaven. And I want to kind of give you a cap of my life, like a recap of my life, like just the beginning of my life. Growing up, I was always taught about Jesus, about Christ, and um, I sort of believe, I believed, but I was young. You know what I mean? I didn't really understand the seriousness of it, and just immaturity, and partially just the human heart is wicked. So, you know, even as a kid, struggling with that. But I, as a kid, I would see ghosts. I would see things. I would see spirits. Uh, and but it kind of happened like after my grandfather died. When my grandfather died, I was around 7 years old. It was pretty tragic for me. I was 7 years old, and I just like he was sick. He was in the hospital. He was sick, and he got out the hospital. He had real bad diabetes, and he was having some heart situations, things going on with his heart, and he just asked my mom if he could babysit me. If he could babysit me, just one night. And that night we spent time together, like we normally did. And but this time was a little different. He was teaching me how to use a phone, how to call 911. I'm 7 years old. I'm just trying to learn. I'm listening. And he came in my room. He played with my toys with me. Something that he's never really done before. These are things that he wasn't accustomed doing. He was an older man. He was a military man. He was real stern and focused and serious. And I never seen him play with toys. So we sat down. He played with toys with me. I think we watched like Lion King or Casper the Friendly Ghost or something. And I went to sleep. Woke up the next morning, and I found him, you know, unresponsive, unalive, and uh, he was deceased. We put it that way. He was no longer with us. And um, growing up throughout my life, like he was always my favorite person up till the age of 7, and it made me miss. I missed him growing up through my adult years. I missed my grandfather. And like I said, I seen ghosts in my teenage years, and I just wondered if I could see him again, and I still was struggling with trying to find God. I was on a pursuit to find God, but I had some things going on in my life, and I was in a marriage, and I ended up getting a divorce, and ended up homeless, and trying to get a job and losing jobs, and just going on a roller coaster. And uh, a little bit before I got married, though, I ran into a prophet, and she was trying to tell me about God and things like that, but it got cut real short. Our interactions got cut real short, and I didn't understand that Jesus Christ was God. I see what she was saying, that there was a God, you know what I mean, but it wasn't, I guess, clear to me enough to be like, okay, Jesus Christ is God, or the Son of God. The Bible is real, the Bible, is real. And I didn't know about the Holy Spirit and certain things. So, um, like I said, I was homeless, and God blessed me. He blessed me with a home, and I would pray to him, I would thank him, but something in me just, I don't know, something like I started trying to get closer to him. I tried to get closer to him. I started to write down Bible scriptures and put them on the wall, but something in me would just, it was like it was an emptiness. Like I needed to know. I needed to know. And then I miss, not even that, I just miss my grandfather. So, had a cousin and bring him up because he was like one of my influences. He was one of my favorite people. I put it that way. He was one of my favorite people in my family. Me and him were very well, sort of close. I wouldn't say very close, but close enough. We were close. So he was into like New Age. He was into like conspiracy theories. He was into uh, you know the like real black heritage type of person, like you know anti colonizer, stuff like that. And I was, I was open to Jesus, open to it, but he tried to push on me uh things that would pull me away from Christ and pull me towards the new age and my, like, like spirit things of spirituality, meditation, reincarnation, things of that matter, being your own God, and just just foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up foolishness. And I kind of got sucked into that. And on my journey to trying to find my grandfather, I also knew a girl that I had worked with in the past, when I was homeless. I was telling you, in and out of jobs after I got divorced and I was homeless. So I met this girl at this job I used to work at, and she did voodoo. So I wanted to ask her, like, how, I asked her, like, one night, I'm like, how can I get in touch with my ancestors? And she was like, you sure you want to do that? She like, not all ancestors are good. And uh uh she uh she just, you know she just she told me what to do. I did it. It was like it was a ritual. I'm not gonna say it was a ritual, and I regret it. you know I regret it. And I did the ritual, but it wasn't that I had evil intent. My intentions were just, I wanted to find God, but I ultimately wanted to see my grandfather again. I had seen a lot of spirits. I had seen and witnessed a lot of spiritual things happen in my life, but for some odd reason, I could not find my grandfather. You know what I mean? This is probably gonna be a two-part video, but yeah, I couldn't find my grandfather, and I just wanted to find my grandfather. I really wanted to find my grandfather, and I mean, I never really did. I never really did. But I used to listen to Erica Badu. I used to listen to uh, 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 um, he used to have crystals. He used to wear crystals. Rashad Jamal. Um, I used to listen to Dr. C. York and these new age people, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Hemmett, people like that, real evil people. I used to uh think Phase One, and one other person. And I can't remember, but it was just different people I used to watch, and it really, like, I kind of knew the ins and outs of astral projecting and things like that, and uh, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'm listening to this like tribal music. I got this ring of salt, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm lighting candles, and I don't know. Like I had experience that day, but I regret it. Like I said, I regret it because it allowed Satan into my home. I allowed Satan into my home. And the Lord, he intervened, but he almost didn't. And um, we're gonna come back to this. So this is part one. We're gonna come back to where I left off.